Right. Before we begin, I'm sorry, mate. I am so sorry. Please accept my most humblest of apologies. In my defense, I only looked at a title and went, "What about that one?"
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't go, "What are you doing, you idiot?"
I
had no idea.
Yeah.
I just picked the title, and I do deeply apologize for putting you through this.
So here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man with my own autonomy, and you even told me, watch the first 3 minutes. If you can't sit through it, let me know. We'll pick something else. I was the one that actively made the decision to say, no, Colin. You watched it in its entirety and you made notes. I am going to join you along for this ride of suffering. It took me 3 times to sit down and watch this movie to actually be able to get through all of it. That was my fault.
Oh man, this is
Like,
this is
here's the thing. I like pretentious artsy fartsy movies just as much as the next guy. I'm a fucking snob sometimes. I admit that.
I
This
can go
was
either
one.
way. You know what I mean? I'll watch an artsy fartsy movie and then I'm just gonna watch something dumb.
Yeah,
And
yeah, no,
if
it's
it's in the
great.
right context,
Mhm.
this holy
Yeah,
fuck.
this was like somebody trying to almost recreate the feel of Dogma 95, but 30 years later and not actually understanding what Dogma 95 was. It was painful.
Yeah, so we're talking about a measure of the sin.
Mm.
And there's a synopsis which I'm not gonna read again. It's about stuff
Yeah, that's
and
the thing. That
stuff.
synopsis is bullshit. I mean, it is, and it isn't. It is an actual synopsis of the movie, but that's what the movie was intended to be. That is not what the movie we saw was. And to be described as a horror drama, I
Fuck
don't
off.
think these
That's
people understand what horror is. Like, you throw a little bit of fucking 3M blood in something, that does not make it a horror movie at all.
and it's a friggin' skelf too. It was a splinter.
Mm-hmm.
That was the bloodiest scene, was a splinter of wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's, oh man, it was interesting.
Oh, right. Fuck, I don't even know where to start with it. Right, we'll start off with this scene of 2 girls and a baby walking in the rain with buckets,
Mhm,
and one of them's called the red-haired one's called Ruth,
mhm.
and the overacting of falling down, and they're walking through a town,
Mhm.
and people are looking at them funny because
Yeah, they're walking barefoot through a fucking town, for fuck's sake. Of course they're gonna look at him weird.
in the rain with buckets, and
Yeah.
apparently the man, that's all he's referred to as, the man, sends him out every day to collect rainwater, but they have to do this like walking thing.
Yeah. Because they can't just stand outside with a bucket. And she even makes mention of that. Like, you know, it's I don't know why he makes us walk through town with a bucket tied to our waist when we could just stand outside and catch it, but he does.
Yeah, it's not really a very good cult.
No.
Like, it doesn't have the basics of a cult.
No, that's the thing that I had the hardest time understanding is it's like where's the religious aspect? Where's I mean, we get the control. We get that he is doing it because of God, because they pray once and he says, I'm here to protect you, something big is coming. But it's like the
So it's not
interesting part.
survivalist because we
Yeah,
don't get any of that sort of sense.
no, that's the thing. It's like motherfucker's not hunting or anything. Like he's just having them collect rainwater and use a lot of galvanized stuff. But where's the hunting? Where's the gathering? Where's the farming? Like where's the shit that actually shows you as being the provider, being the person protecting? It's
So
like,
what's worse, the plot in this or the ADR?
oh man, fucking Oh, that was, other than the fact that it's stupid as hell and the acting's terrible, that was one of the hardest parts for me with that.
That's why I said 3 minutes, because I'm like, this is going to kill Cameron. I just heard the. I'm like, this is going to kill him.
Well,
I can't do this.
it's like
He's my
anytime she's
mate.
doing the voiceover, and that was another problem with this.
With
It's
this,
like,
the subtraction as well, the denoising, the spectral subtraction,
mhm,
just
yeah. Well, and it's like when she's doing the voiceover, it's like she's talking like this into the microphone. And it's like, no, you can have distance. Like, make it natural. This is just a tool. You don't have to be right up in it. A- and it wasn't consistent either. It's like she's narrating her story, but then we get the story, but then we get flashbacks of the story, and then she's got to narrate the flashbacks, but not all the flashbacks. And there's no rhyme or reason at all to the the timeline of the fucking movie at all. It's just so bonkers.
right. I beat the shit out of myself. That's why I'm such a slow writer, because I really beat the shit out of myself,
Hmm.
worried about putting out utter crap, and I really do have a confidence thing about it, because
Hmm.
as well as being a critic, a movie critic, and that, if I critique stuff, then I'm obviously putting that myself in that pressure to be better.
Hmm.
How do people not be self-aware and put this utter shite out?
Dude, I don't get it.
And how do other people get on board and support it, and it
Hmm.
ends up like on a platform? I know obviously that it's probably the pay, they only get paid per click or whatever, fair enough. But how do you be that unself-aware to look at this and go, this is a pile of shit?
Hmm. And that's the thing. Like, there's a difference between self-awareness and this. Like, you get stuff like, what our buddy Calvin puts out. Like, they are very aware of what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's successful because of the fact that they're winking at the camera. They're like, look, we don't have a budget, we don't have time, but we've got gumption, and you're gonna fucking like this. And we do.
Mm-hmm.
This is the opposite of that. They're like, well, we're gonna make a statement. We might not have the resources, we might not have the chops, but god damn it, we're gonna do it. And it's like they are sniffing their own farts out of a wine goblet and telling us that it's art. And it's like, it's not art.
This is the only time, like, I'm talking, what's there, 3 naked chicks in this?
Dude,
And I felt nothing.
there's four.
There's
And
four.
yeah, no, that's one of my things.
Right.
Let's
Oh,
see.
right. Hold on. Yeah, you got 3 girls and the mother. Yep, true
Hmm.
enough. Obviously, thankfully, the
Yeah,
fucking had the teenager enough that did not to see that.
yeah,
They were trying to hint at it, and I'm like, you fucking nonsense, piss off.
right. Well,
Uh,
it's like my note on that is, it's so weird that a movie with a bunch of nudity can't keep my attention. Like, and
I was
especially with
switched.
such a short runtime. Like, this is an hour and 15, but if you cut out the credits at both the beginning and the end, and the blackout scenes, like, it's maybe a runtime of close to an hour and 10
I
or
struggled.
less. Like, this is a 70-minute movie, and it couldn't keep my attention. Like, I was playing fucking Pokemon Go the whole time because I was getting bored.
I was texting you, writing the notes.
Yeah, it's just insane.
You have that buyer's regret sort of thing. Mate,
Mhm.
yeah, I know we've got like 2 days before the stream, but I don't think you want to do this. I don't want to put
Yeah,
you through it.
yeah. Well, it was an experience.
And then the whole thing was about the bear.
It didn't make any goddamn sense, especially because it only visited her, like his daughter. Like, presumably that is his daughter, and he
Yes,
raped her in a bear suit, and then she had a baby. It's like,
but he told her there
why?
was no bear. But why? Yeah, if you're part of a cult, then you wouldn't need to wear a bear suit.
Well, and it's like, what kind of protector are you then if some strange and terrifying animal got into the house and fucked your uh cult people? Like, that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
And the fact that she's always gobbling off to him as well,
Hmm.
and nothing happens to her.
I mean, he does tell her while she's crying in the corner, You can't leave without my permission. I'm here to protect you. I was like, no, beat the fuck out of her. Like, just hire her up in a stockade or something. Like, do something. Like, what keeps this person here other than it's all they've ever known?
And that's another thing as well. The dialogue, like she should be technically illiterate. Let's be honest.
Especially as a child. Like, I mean, fuck talking to, the whole scene where she's outside digging with her mom looking for worms, I guess. And she's like, oh, and I was singing my vernacular or whatever. And then she's just saying words. It's like, that's not singing. I don't think you know what singing is. Yeah, I mean, fuck. One of my notes about that was like, I feel, oh, where the hell is it? That poor kid. This is going to be on her IMDb for life, and it's like terrible.
Yeah, it's one of them. Great shame of I'm sorry I did this.
Mm.
And right, the mother.
Yeah.
She's obviously a crack whore or something, or
Mm-hmm.
some trashy sort of person.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see the man, and like when they're in the real world, and he looks redneck as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, this doesn't make sense. And then, if she's voluntarily went with him, why are they locked in a room?
Mm-hmm. And more importantly, along the lines of locked in a room, why the fuck do they first sniff the key and then lick the key in order to use the key? It's like, that's not how keys work. You can just put it in the fucking door. Especially, it's the door that you pushed it out of. Like,
also, how many cigarettes did she bring with her?
Dude,
Like,
I don't think those were cigarettes, man. I'm pretty sure she was smoking pot with her kid, like laying in her lap.
right.
Like,
So
what the fuck is
she's
wrong with
locked in
her?
a room, but she's got a lifetime supply
Mm-hmm.
of the devil's lettuce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is this?
I mean, okay, so
What is this?
that does make sense to an extent, because it's like, if you're trying to start a cult, the best way to keep people around is give them their vices, but make sure that it's, you are actively saying, this comes from me, this is because I'm going to protect you. And I mean, that's the kind of shit it's just like my wife. Like, she's like, I'm going to feed you, thus you stay around. And it's true. She's kept me around for all these years because she gives me food.
This
Oh,
is
no
live,
Jenna.
man. Somebody forgot we're live. Camera's in trouble. Camera's in trouble.
I know, she knows as soon as she forgets how to start, or as soon as she forgets how to cook, that's it. We're done.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, the potato washing scene.
Yeah. Just
Or sorry, the potato dirtying scene, because they were cleaner in the sack.
yeah, I don't get it.
This is just a bunch of like random scenes stitched together.
It really is. Like, so admittedly, the first two times I watched it, I thought, I'm going to partake in some things and perhaps it'll be more enjoyable. But watching it last night, completely stone cold sober, I realized that this is the wrong movie to get stoned and watch, because it feels so much longer than it is, and you forget what the fuck you're watching. Because I think they forgot what they were filming at times.
Yeah. It's like a pinball machine. Just
Yeah, just way less exciting.
Yeah. Actually, do you know what? The better, why Halloween they do the log thing that you put in your screen. I don't get it, but it's almost like a screensaver, but you could just play it.
Yeah, the cool
Right. So do that with a pinball machine. It'd be more interesting.
Definitely.
Honestly, somebody just record a pinball machine, and honestly, it'd be better in this movie.
I'd watch it. Yeah. a little bit more continuity with it, because at least it'd be the same machine. Like with this,
Yeah.
we get people introduced that we never see again. They're
Oh, the
never
diversity
explained.
hire was great
She was the only one that could act.
for like 5 seconds because
But
that's
yeah,
all she did in the
like that
freaking
was
movie.
literally it. It's like, cool,
3 lines.
what's this important thing that you're going to be telling us? And then nope, never see her again. Never explained. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
It was like, oh, right, we need a diversity hire. Okay, pop her in here. Right,
Yeah.
okay, box ticked, move along. I
That's
have a funny
honestly what
feeling.
it felt like.
That's what it was, because like, why not just have a story?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just have a story and just have them acting, you know, being like most of these cult films are usually them in the idyllic setting, and then it's when somebody misbehaves, then you see the brutality of the punishment,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. Or the life then gets on top of somebody because of certain demands becomes too much for somebody to bear, and that's when the escape usually
Mm-hmm.
happens. This just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There is no rhyme or
No.
reason.
Well, and especially, I mean, we can jump to the end just because it's relevant at this point, and we'll get back into everything else.
Yeah.
But it's like, the whole catalyst for her getting out is she does not want her child to be raised that way. So what does she do when she escapes? She has the baby in a field and then murders the fucking thing and buries it. Like, what in the flying fuck? That makes zero sense. If that was the end game, why fucking leave? Like,
Yeah,
just let him take the baby and
you,
then fuck off
yeah,
somewhere.
and you've got 3 babysitters, so fucking job
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, I did not understand that aspect of it at all. Oh, if she drinks my milk, then my soul is combined with hers. So
You knew where it was going anyway. You knew that was what was going to happen.
mm-hmm.
But I love her. I love her stealing supplies, and then when you see it in the
Yeah,
handkerchief, you're like, I thought this was a survival. Like,
right.
what the hell?
A jar of carrots, a jar of jerky, and like 2 bottles of water. Like, Holmes, you're not getting far. That's a snack for me in the middle of the night. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to travel long distance with shit like that. Fuck.
Does somebody not work out? Like, do they not know what they eat normally, and then like multiply it by X number of days that they're going to be out?
Right.
Um. Yeah, and the whole thing with the bear, because obviously the man didn't make, like, she's pregnant and obvious, and he's not saying a word about it. So obviously it's his.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get the bear fucking, like, because this was the whole. I think that's part of the synopsis, isn't it? The creature that, I mean, that's supposed to be the whole synopsis of the story. The bear.
Mm-hmm.
It appears twice and then never gets mentioned or resolved or found out or discovered.
I think seeing it any more than that would have been terrible because that was like one of the worst fucking bear costumes ever.
Oh god, that was.
That looks so bad.
See anyone that slags off Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Dude,
Watch this.
the fucking second one, I already
Oh
told you
no.
it's fucking killer. But yeah, looks even better than the first one. And still a way more realistic bear than this fucking bear.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah. So this is my challenge to those that absolutely despise Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and the idea of this of it being a series. Watch this movie and look at this bear costume, and then come back and talk to us.
Yeah.
Because fuck.
Yeah, man. It's there's no payoff other than it's like that's what's keeping her in fear and that's what's allowing him to rape her. It's like you're a cult leader, dude. You can just have sex with her whenever the fuck you want because that's part of being a
You can
cult
even have the
leader.
R2 holder down, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they're indoctrinated. You've got
Yeah.
people, right? If you're getting somebody walking out, like scantily clad in the rain, collecting water in a bucket, then you can do pretty much what you want with them.
Yeah. Yeah,
If,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? And take, it was the whole thing, take a baby with you.
Mm-hmm.
So it was almost hinting like there's a whole freaking nursery, a whole creche full of babies.
Yeah, and then it
And
never pays off really, except for the scene in the barn where somebody's breastfeeding.
the stunt double boob,
Yeah.
the boob stunt double, because that
Yeah,
was
because if you look at that nipple, none of those women have that.
no, that's where
that was an actual mother nipple right there.
yeah, that was funny because
Yeah.
Yeah, I started. My mind started wandering, and this is the things that became important to me because the plot didn't.
There was nothing else to think about.
Yeah. Oh, the when she goes to escape, the man, when he's sleeping in the sofa, and then
Yeah.
it cuts to a still picture of him sleeping. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
So it goes from an actual live action to, oh, here's a freeze frame,
Yeah,
which
man.
is
There
like, what
was
the
a
fuck
lot
was that?
of there was a lot of freeze frames and reverse cuts that didn't really make sense. And it's like, why would you add that? That doesn't make this artsy. This just makes that fucking stupid. Yeah.
Oh,
That is the best summary of this movie.
yeah. Gorilla Metropolitan. Darius has went up a level after watching this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's still a rough watch, but
It's not
there's
this.
yeah, it's not this bad. I mean, it's grainy as fuck. Let's put it this way. I was stoned as hell the last time I watched Darius because I've watched it more than once, and it held my attention way better than this.
Here's how bad it got. I started looking up, right? Do hognose snakes and pythons live in the same geographical area? And I spent my time Googling that. That was more interesting to me. Because the scene in the garden when the hognose snake, I'm like, oh, that's a hognose snake. Cool. I haven't seen one of them in ages. And plus, it wouldn't have done that. It would have been nowhere near those
Yeah,
guys.
no, it would have been fucking terrified of her.
Yeah. And then the other scene with the python, I'm like, this isn't Florida.
Yeah, no, this is not the kind of climate
Hognose
for.
snakes don't live in Florida.
No,
They're western, aren't they?
I believe so. Like they're desert snakes.
Yeah. So they're in the west, but boas are tropical. So I'm like, these two don't belong together.
Yeah, no,
And
neither
I
of
started.
those.
This is the research I was doing. This was more interesting to me, trying to discover: is there a particular region in the United States that is so close that these two species live together? Because I was more interested in working that out than what the actual plot of this thing was.
Yeah, no, that was one of my first thoughts. Was just like, what the fuck? Those two don't belong. They don't belong in that area to begin with, and two, they don't belong together. Like, what the fuck? And then three, when they fall into the boat, why the fuck does she jump out of the boat? They're not gonna do anything. They're fucking scared as shit. They're just gonna curl up in the corner and be like, "Oh, don't touch me, lady."
Yeah, the only thing that will have a go at you is a cottonmouth. And about, the only thing that will have a go at you in the water is a cottonmouth. That's the only thing you like shit yourself. Everything else is like, no, you've got I can't swallow you. You've got a larger heat signature. I'm running.
Yeah, no, it's bonkers, and it's like all the like, and let's say because of the fact they can live together, that water moccasins are in this region. Those are the ones you got to worry about.
That's
And
what I
they're
meant.
not going to be
Cottonmouth.
falling from the fucking
Not,
tree. They're going to be
not,
in the goddamn water coming after you.
is that not what I meant?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
cottonmouth, water moccasin. Yeah.
Because cottonmouth. That's what the fuck? You know what? This is the most interesting aspect of this. So let's look.
Yeah, I mean, this is more fun than this actual movie. It's just going off in tangents because holy shit, this is rough.
Yeah. Let's see. So, oh yeah, no, those are
It's the
water
same thing.
moccasins. Okay, yeah.
Because of the weight, isn't it?
I am a dumbass. I thought they were different, and nope, those are the exact same fucking snake.
Yeah, it's just it's like a black mamba because the inside of the mouth's black. It's because of the mouth. Yeah. I like the reptiles.
So, yeah, cottonmouths and pythons could presumably be in the same region, but not with
not a hognose.
No, definitely not. Because them's little desert guys.
Yeah. Why didn't you get a grass snake? If they're going, that's obviously a pet snake they've let go for this purpose. That nobody have a grass snake.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you get gardener snakes everywhere. Yeah. Like, and yeah, I don't understand. Huh. Thought one of my dogs got in here. I heard some scratching on the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, it's like, why not go with something that because I mean, if somebody's gonna be scared of snakes, it doesn't matter what kind of snake it is. So
Mhm.
have something that regionally would make sense to be there.
Um. Also, watching left-hand people, right?
I don't think she was left-handed. I think she was right-handed, but they had her, for the sake of filming, do it all with her left hand.
That was painful to watch.
That was really bad.
That's when you feel sorry. Oh, you're left-hander. Okay, now I understand why you're miserable. Ah, fuck. I'm just.
Yeah, we're trying to stretch out a movie that there really wasn't much
I'm
to.
just looking at my notes to see if I've not covered anything because honestly, this is just crap.
So we didn't talk
This
about
death
the
scene of the
wigs.
mother.
We didn't talk about the wigs, or I guess wig, singular. Like everybody else had their natural hair, but I guess they couldn't find a blonde, so they put like the world's worst wig on the blonde. Talk about that. The fucking tomato scene. Like, oh, these are rotten. You can't eat them. It's like, no, motherfucker, you just finger blasted it and then squished it. That's what's wrong with them.
And plus, if it wasn't fully, you can cut it.
Yeah.
Fucking, this whole thing's just stupid. Plus, why
Yeah.
lock? If you want her to be useful, why'd you lock her in a room? She would have grown up not knowing anything else. So fucking have them out learning this from an early age.
Mm-hmm.
This is misandry. This is just man bad, women victim. You know, that's what the person's trying to say.
Yeah, that's it. And like trying to allude to the mother's mental illness slash presumably drug addiction. But it's like, even so, throughout the entire story, it's, oh, my mom got away. My mom got away. But she was there with her mom when she killed herself because she ate poison, which that's like the fastest acting poison ever.
I was gonna say, that's there. I haven't encountered berries like that act that fast. In fact, if you're going to do that, you would take them and distill them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're going to get
Concentrate.
a tummy ache by eating a single berry. It's not going to fucking kill you immediately with blood coming out of your mouth. It was a weird scene.
Well, of many.
Yeah. Of
Like
many.
poison. Oh god, that was just. And then her whole. That's it. We've got this storyline, that storyline of thing. We don't even know how the other two got introduced to the cult.
No, yeah, they're just there. We just accept that they are there.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're sort of hinted that there's maybe a larger cult, but you don't see any of it. But whatever. They're close enough to civilization, so the whole elaborate escape doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like, especially if you're leaving in the middle of the night, like if you can walk to town and walk back in the same day, why would you take a fucking boat to the middle of nowhere? Go to the fucking town. Get some help.
Help me, please.
Like, why?
Yeah. And plus, if they're that close and they're doing that sort of shit, people don't want that in their. Like, people don't want to get involved with cults and stuff, but they don't want it in their neighborhood, so they'll be having the police round every 5 minutes till they moved on. That's generally how towns work when there's a cult nearby. Yeah, we don't want this shit here. Get it moved.
Yeah.
That would be it. Social services would be around every 5 minutes. Especially when there's babies involved.
Right.
Like that one scene, they're walking through the town with the baby. Like they wouldn't care about the girl, but the fact there was a baby and it's wet and stuff, that would instantly have the sheriff round.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But no, like what alternative reality is this muppet of a writer? Like this is definitely someone with blue hair, shit tats, and that one piercing.
If it's not, I'm surprised.
Yeah, if it's not that sort of person, and they have to be waving some sort of flag. They have their bio, the bios with all the flags that are currently trending. That's the sort of person that's written this.
Yeah.
You can
I'm looking it up because it's gotta be.
please tell me they haven't made anything else. Because I thought I was offended by Cowboys versus Samurais versus Werewolves, which still has pissed me off. This only reviewed that on Thursday and it pissed me off. Or Friday.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that pop up, I'm like, fuck, I need to watch that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It's offensive. It's actually an offensive movie.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Exactly. The title alone should make it a good movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they fucked that up. And I even said to the director, do not make any more movies. You're not allowed. This person, don't make any. Just go and smash all the cameras up and just stop. You're shit.
All
So
right.
message this person as well. Because, oh, yeah.
Oh my God. No, he's got a handful of movies.
I'm surprised this is a bloke.
I am too. Yeah, no. So the other,
He wasn't breastfed.
I guess not. Oh my God, he's got a whole slew of movies as director. Oh
dear.
I kind of want to watch them just out of morbid curiosity.
No. Don't go into the light, Carl. Don't go into the light.
Oh God, and that's not even the last one he put out. He put out one in 2019.
Oh dear.
Oh, I think. Oh, and it's like the same people.
Oh dear.
I may have to watch it. Tennessee Gothic. All right. Yep. Yeah. No. It's that's definitely self-flagellation at its finest.
Yeah.
Actively going into watching another one of his movies.
Yeah, that's all I knew. From this point, I accept the responsibility. I have made my formal apology.
Yes. Yeah. No. It's all on me at this point if I do opt to watch this movie.
Go on stream and tell us about it. You're obliged in if you do, you have to do a stream.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. I'll definitely hop on and say some words if I do watch it.
Fuck. That's somebody that needs just like, I'm taking this off you, right? Go read some books and think about what you've done.
Right.
Oh, the fact that it's a bloke, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Do you hate yourself that much?
Yeah.
Or is he trying to bang the hot chick at the latest rally?
I was gonna say it almost feels like now that I know that it's a guy, it's like the nudity makes sense, and it's like this was his excuse to just stare at tits and vag and ass all day.
Yeah, that's it. Because
like there's a fucking shaving scene.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like what the fuck? We know what it means when the man brings us razors from town. We have to shave each other, and it's like, okay. That's a thing, I guess.
The thing is, she's the one monologuing. The other two are loving it. They're loving life.
Mm-hmm.
The other two in the cult are just fucking having the whale of a time. They're just happy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and she does make mention of that. She's like, if they escaped, they would be so grateful when he returned them that they would thank him. But that's not me. I need to get out. It's like, if this is all you've ever known, why do you even give a fuck?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, and the boat with no oars, and then she doesn't take the boots off to go swimming.
Yeah.
Because that's artsy, apparently.
And I'm sorry, but if you're trying to get the fuck out of a place, you're not going to sit there and take your sweet ass time lacing up your boots on the porch. You're going to get the fuck out of there. And if you know you're stealing a boat, you're going to put them on just well enough to run in them, get in the boat, and that's when you tie your fucking boots.
It's just this is just. I want to go and see an interview with him now. I'm going to look that director up, and I have to hear him talk.
Yeah.
What was the one? Oh, I looked up. What was the Mary Shelley one we covered? That was absolutely abysmal. Something Nightmare. The Nightmare Wakes, wasn't it?
Oh God.
It was The Nightmare Wakes.
Yeah.
Where she absolutely bastardized Mary Shelley and.
Oh God, that was such a terrible.
I had to go look that director up, and sure enough, I just needed 5 seconds to hear her voice, oh my God, Z's. You know, I'm like, yep, you're exactly the sort of dickhead I thought you were.
Oh no, it
That's
was. Wait, is that it?
A
I think it was
Nightmare
just
Wakes.
Mary Shelley.
Yeah, it was based on Mary Shelley's story. Remember the absolutely destroyed her character?
Yeah, well, I'm saying I think it was just called Mary Shelley. No, that's
No,
not
it
it.
was A
Never mind.
Nightmare Wakes.
Yeah, just kidding. That's a completely different one that looks like garbage.
But I went and looked that director up because I have to know who this person is. And sure enough, she was everything I imagined. And I'm gonna have to look at an interview up with this guy and listen to him for. I just need a few minutes just to. I'll probably be able to tell everything I need to know.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely should hear what you have to say about that.
Yeah, that we'll see. I'll put a pin on that for next time. I'm like, yeah, I heard him. Yeah, he's everything. He's every stereotype I could imagine. Because
Yeah, I believe it.
do you know what? For the money he probably spent on this, if he really wanted, he could have went to a teddy bar
Yeah,
and
and had a
got it out of his
way
system.
better time.
And we would have had a way better time knowing that he wasn't making movies.
Yeah, right.
Somebody do a GoFundMe to get his rocks off because obviously he needs to bust a nut.
Mm.
He hasn't learned how to do it properly because that's definitely. I need to see naked chicks, but I need to hide the fact that I need to see naked chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Back to our buddy Calvin. He's like, I like boobs. Yep, we're putting boobs in the movies.
Yeah, no,
You'll do me, mate.
it's gratuitous as fuck.
Unapologetic, and everyone's on board with it.
Yep,
It's possible.
that's the way it should be.
This is somebody who peeps through, peeps through windows and fucking drills holes in bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sort of person that's made this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're doing well this year for the booby quota, anyway. We're well above our KPIs because at least that's a positive.
Yeah, I mean, there's that.
I suppose every cloud is a silver lining and all that kind of stuff. But there you go. There's that. That was something.
We watched it, so you don't have to.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
I kind of feel dirty.
Right.
It's one way you feel ashamed of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'd give this thing time and airspace.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. That's
Yep.
that. Yeah, I think next month we're doing something a bit more fun.
Oh yeah.
We've
already discussed. We've got some soul food, yeah, or some food for the soul. Definitely next month compared to
because we can't. This has been a whole weekend. This has been shit movie weekend. I have done 3 shit movies in a row.
That's rough.
I need to go and see something from the 80s now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because this is the sort of stuff that makes you delete your channel.
Yeah.
This is the sort of stuff that makes you go, why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm. That's actually what Jana was asking the whole time. She's like, does he not have access to real movies? I was like, I don't think so.
We have been fucking shafted.
Yeah.
Right back to the start of see this. There's no everything is linked in this show today. There's no tangents.
No, it is all.
Everything is all linked. This is the first time ever.
Yeah, actually, it is. Fuck.
Buy Blu-rays so that you don't have to watch this shit.
Yeah, always buy your shit.
And you don't get movies this bad on HORRORific, do you? Have you ever received anything this bad?
This bad? I don't think so. This is probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Just absolutely atrocious. So I think it's maybe $35-$40 a month now. That is better than this, definitely.
Yeah, because don't need this anymore.
No.
I'm becoming that person where I'm not going to watch any movies in the last 5 years now. Always looking back.
See, I
don't want to be that person.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm definitely getting close.
This is going to be an interesting year.
Yeah, especially because it'll be like second or third quarter when we start not seeing anything. Like it's just blank because of the strike and all that shit.
Yeah, well, that's why they're putting a lot of movies back, and they're trying to space it all out.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. There's that. That was fun.
The discussion, definitely. The movie, maybe
Yeah,
not.
this is more of a therapy session, to be honest.
It is. This is our basically AA. You know, we come to terms with the fact that we have a problem.
Not problems. Terrible movies. We can't tell first off that this is going to be bad. I need to start getting better at that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, there's loads coming up, so keep up to date with the channel. Do the type of clicky things. Until next time, keep it creepy. Keep it horrific.
Horrific.